Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, who pushing the 100% truth, and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Alright, okay, and the name of this lesson is one of the rewards of Yahawashi, is the immortal body, right? The celestial body, the body that can't die, alright, that can't get sick, that can't sin. Okay, that body you'll be perfect, be made perfect, alright, unlike this body what we in now. The chains of darkness what we in, the terrestrial body, the earthly body. Okay, Lord's willing, the Lord will give us that celestial body and we be changed. Okay, when we go up in those chariots, Lord willing. Alright, so let me get a precept here. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 40. It says there are also celestial bodies, and this Apostle Paul speaking here. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, right? The celestial bodies is the heavenly bodies, the bodies up in the heavens, the immortal body, physical but spiritual body, and the terrestrial is the earthly body, well, the body what we in right now. Okay, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another, right? So the celestial, is different to the terrestrial. Okay. There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory. Verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised incorruptible. Alright, the celestial body is incorruptible. Right, can't be corrupted. That body is perfect. Okay, in that body, you can't break the laws, you're not gonna break the laws, you're gonna have the laws gonna be in your mind. Alright, you won't be able to sin and all those things. Okay, it's incorruptible. Right, let's jump to verse 50. Right, it says verse 50, it says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of power, neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Okay, that's why when the elect going up in the chariot, alright, they're gonna be changed, because the chariot is spiritual. Okay, you can't put a corrupt fleshly in there, so it had to be changed. Okay, verse 51, it says, behold, I show you a mystery, we shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed. Alright, changed from this body, the terrestrial body. Alright, okay. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, just like that, as you go in the chariots. Okay, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. Alright, Lord's willing, we keep on pushing and striving to the end. Okay, this is one of the rewards Yahawashi is gonna give us. Alright. Verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Alright. Okay, so soon, as soon as the hopeful elect of Yahawashi, get beamed up by one of those chariots, they're gonna be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Alright. Okay, alright, that's it there. Okay. Yeah, let's read 54. It says, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Alright, so once, you change, alright, you change into the celestial body, you're not gonna be able to die. All those things like that. Okay, alright, you're not gonna be able to die. Once we keep on pushing, enduring the trials, the fiery trials where the Lord's putting us through. This is one of the rewards Yahawashi gonna give us. Okay, so this is what you should be aiming for. Let's get another precept here. This is Malachi chapter 4 and start at verse 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. Alright, that day is the day we're gonna burn as an oven. Is when America, Babylon the Great, alright, is gonna be destroyed by those nuclear missiles. Okay, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, okay, all those 2/3, they're gonna be destroyed in that nuclear fire. Alright, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name, alright, okay, that's the elect. The elect will fear the Lord's name, They was the one who cleaved to Yahawashi. They will cleave to him. Okay, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Alright, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. Alright, okay, that's Yahawashi when you come in those chariots. The wings, is those chariots. Okay, and the healing in the wings is, as you again, the elect getting beamed up. Okay, they'll get healed from that body. Okay, changed. Okay, into the celestial. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in his stall, get, spiritual power and whatnot. Alright. Verse 3. And ye shall tread down the wicked, right, for they shall be ashes on the soles of your feet. With the spiritual power, you burn them up. In the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. Okay, and this is okay, this is all these elites, the Lord gonna turn us into hunters to hunt them down. Alright, for all today bunkers, those 1%ers, gonna be hiding for all this stuff for coming on the earth. Alright, they're gonna be put in slavery. Alright, so the point here was at verse 2 when it says arise with the healing in his wings. That's when the elect gonna be changed from the terrestrial body into the celestial. Okay, or to that sinful flesh. Let's get another precept here. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse verse 18. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." All right, this little suffering, the little fiery trials with the Lord putting us through, it was nothing compared to what the reward we're gonna get. Okay, so I want you to stay strong. Okay, let's read 18 in the NLT. It says, "Yet will we suffer, Salakia, yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later." Alright, you see? Verse 19, it says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature, which is man, all creation, waiteth for the manifestation, which is for the manifestation of the sons of power." Alright, which is that all the animals, the heathen, the two-thirds, even, in that time, just before America gonna be destroyed, the elect gonna be beamed up, and them gonna be seeing them beamed up on those chariots and being changed. Okay, okay, that's, they will see who are the Lord's elect. Okay, verse 20, it says, "For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same in hope." Alright, I know the Lord make Israel go off. This body is subject unto sin, but the Lord is what make us go off. Okay, and yeah, that was his plan. Okay, that was his plan, to make us sin. That when you go back to Genesis with the serpent and Eve, which that serpent man was a man, was no literal serpent. Okay, that was Esau Edom. Alright, the one who lied to Eve and make her eat of the fruit of the tree of good and evil. Okay, but all that was the Lord plan, to make us know what is good and what is evil. So we could reject the good and reject the evil, and do good. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here, verse 21. It says, "Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of power." All right. The bondage of corruption is this body we in, the terrestrial body, the chains of darkness. Okay, the Lord gonna free us from this body, the sinful body, into the celestial body. Okay, where all the laws will be, we have all the laws in our mind. We won't be able to go off anymore. Okay, we'll be made perfect. All right. Don't know. Let's see here. Verse 22. "For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now, and not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits, the Holy Spirit of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body." We waiting to come out of this body, to be changed. Our spirit waiting to come out this chains of darkness here. Okay, to be redeemed out of this body and to be celestial. All right. "For we are saved by hope." Okay, faith. "But hope that is not seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? Okay, if you have it already, why you don't have to hope for it? All right, but it was 25. But if we hope for that we not see, then we with patience wait for it. All right, so we do have that, so we eagerly waiting for that. Lord's willing to be changed. Okay, out of this sinful flesh. Let's jump down to verse 29. 29. All right, yeah. It says, "For whom he did know, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son," okay, which is Yahawashi, "that he might be the firstborn among many brethren." All right, let's go into that word, predestinate. Predestinate here. The word here in Greek.
Strong's G 4309. Praorizo. Praorizo.
Praorizo. Right, outline of biblical usage. It says to predetermine, decide beforehand, right, in the NT of power decreeing from of power decreeing from eternity to foreordain appointed hand. All right, that's the elect. The elect is appointed at hand. Okay, who will foreordain to save? They were gonna save. All right, a strong definition, determined before. Okay, the chosen, ordained, predestinate. Okay, so that's it there. So the elect are gonna be conformed to the image of Yahawashi. Okay, they're gonna be in the likeness of Yahawashi. Okay, they're gonna be like many Yahawashis, ruling, under him. Okay, Yahawashi is gonna be the one over us. Okay, the supreme. Okay, let's go to Philippians chapter 3 and verse 20. It says, "For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahawashi HaMashiach. Okay, who shall change our vile body." Okay, in that same precept we was reading earlier, the Malachi 4, and the point out as verse 2. So Yahawashi coming back in the healing of his wings. When the Lord's willing, we get beamed up. Alright, as you're going into the chariots, you're gonna be changed. Okay, into the celestial body. Okay, healed out of this vile body, healed from this vile body. Alright, that is made, be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according. Okay, we're gonna be like unto him. Gonna be many Yahweh's, Lord's willing. Okay, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. Okay, Yahawashi is gonna change his elect. Okay, unto change them and into the image of him. All right. Okay. So let's get Psalms here. Get this. Let's see here. This is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 15. And this is King David speaking here. It says, "As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness." Okay, this is here the elect gonna be in his likeness. okay, of Yahawashi like this. Alright, in the image of Yahawashi, in a celestial body. Okay, and this is what we should be aiming for. Alright, this is one of the many rewards we're gonna get, Lord's willing, we hold strong. This is one of the many rewards, we're gonna get from Yahawashi, that immortal body. Okay, so I hope this lesson was edifying. Alright, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who push out the 100% doctrine, and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect. Wa Abad Babal Shalom.